balls in that little black bag. You know, remember the bag left on the driveway? The one that Cato offered to go get, that the defendant said, no, I'll get it. This is the night when he's supposedly suffering from acute arthritis, an attack of acute arthritis. Remember that? Remember somebody told you that he suffered from acute arthritis to the point that he couldn't deal cards or something? But yesterday we heard somebody interject into this case that he was out chipping golf balls. I assume you do that with a golf club. I don't know. Do you ever hear anybody on the witness stand tell you that this man was out chipping golf balls? Was he cut? When was he cut? They tell you not to believe our message. How many times was he cut that night, on the night of June 12? Is it a coincidence that apparently at about the same time that these people are being butchered, he somehow gets cut? And when did he get cut? When did he say he got cut? When did Dr. Batten say he got cut? And when did Dr. Heisinger say he got cut? Don't you think that that little deal in Chicago with the glass, and Marcia Clark will be talking more about that. You want to talk more about that? Awfully convenient. How many times can one person get cut? In how many different states? In one night, in one morning. And when they showed you photographs during their argument, they showed you all these photographs of the defendant's body, but they didn't show you that close-up photograph of his left hand. I'm not even going to ask you to put it up there. They didn't show you that. Take a look at that photograph. Look at all those cuts. They're all over his hand. They're all over his left hand. That's the same hand that was left exposed during the commission of those murders because Ron Goldman pulled that glove off his hand. And they talk about, oh, well, does it look like O.J. Simpson was in a struggle for his life? It wasn't O.J. Simpson's life that was at stake. He wasn't the man about to lose his life. It was Ron. It was Ron Goldman who was in a life struggle. Look at the nicks and the cuts on him. Robert Heinstra is a very important witness. They called him. Fine. As long as you heard the testimony, that's all that mattered. He testified that he left his house around 10:15, right? Isn't that what he testified to? He said he saw the clock in his apartment, as I recall. He left with his dogs. He left on a walk. He walked around the block, halfway around the block. And as he approached Bundy, he heard these dogs barking. And he told you that it was around 10:30. And I asked him some questions. I asked him, did you look at your watch when you first heard those dogs barking? No. And he told you that hey, hey, hey voice sounded to him to be the voice of a young man